And welcome to GWF Action. I'm Craig Johnson, joined by a man who's been having his problems with Eddie Gilbert and most recently the Soul Taker. He is the Latin heartthrob, Al Perez.
Well, you know something, Craig? Let's talk about Eddie Gilbert first. He cost me the title, which I understand he wanted a piece of it too. But Eddie Gilbert, I'm not a hard man to find. You just call my name, give me my number. Hey, just give me a call. Now, Soul Taker, you got a big problem. I don't know if it came from Eddie Gilbert or not. All these people out here know that I've never backed down from anyone. You want to break rules, everybody knows I can break rules. You want to fight, I can fight. You want to wrestle, I can wrestle. I'll do whatever it takes to beat you. Like you said, this isn't over. Well, believe me, Latin heartthrob isn't laying down for nobody. It's not over. You want to fight, you got to fight, baby, because here I am. I'm not a hard man to find. I've faced bigger, stronger, and badder. I can't take away from you because you're big, you're strong, and you're bad. But I've never backed down from anyone. I've never quit. Soul Taker, you want something to do with me? You got it, brother, because I'm an easy man to find and a hard man to beat.
The Latin heartthrob, Al Perez, we will see him in action a little bit later. We will also see in action the North American champion, the Patriot. We'll see primetime Brian Lee. Also in a singles matchup, it will be Terry Garvin against one of the Dirty Davis brothers, this time Mike Davis. Plus the Rattlesnake will be in action against Ken Stryker. And our main event on this edition, Al Perez against Sweet Daddy Falcone, the newest find of Skandor Akbar. Plus Bonnie Blackstone will be here with a fans question, and we'll talk to you about all the news in the Global Wrestling Federation on this edition. So stay tuned. We get action underway with the man in the red, white, and blue. He's known as the Patriot, and he's next here in the GWF. There he is, the North American heavyweight champion, the Patriot. Today on the GWF as he hands the belt to Rick Manning, the massive body, 6'4", 275 pounds of chiseled out human being, going against B.A. Dalton. Can't make the same comments about Mr. Dalton, the tough man from Mineral Wells. Fans filing into the Global Dome for this event. Interesting words from Al Perez concerning the North American title and how Eddie Gilbert may have cost him that title. Joe Pedicino had some interesting comments about that last week on the hotline, and I understand this week he will be talking more about the North American Championship in general and the Patriot in particular. New every day on the GWF hotline, Joe Pedicino knows. Some of the fans picking up the USA chant. The lockup as B.A. Dalton, who has a weight advantage, picked up with a fireman's carry and set down by the one and only Patriot. Ever since the masked man in the red, white, and blue arrived on the scene, fans have been wondering about the identity of the man who took the television title home and then came back with not one but 2 wins for the North American Championship. The first win, what he said was a tainted victory, so he handed back the belt in an unprecedented move. Won the belt over Al Perez in a match where Eddie Gilbert interfered, but the Patriot had no idea what was going on as he rolled up Perez for the 1, 2, 3. Delivering the clothesline there is the Patriot. Taking B.A. Dalton down, and look at this. What a slam by the Patriot. 300+ pounds. Snapmare takes the big man over. And the biceps and the forearms wrap around the chin of B.A. Dalton. Still to come on this edition, We will see Al Perez in action also. Wild Bill Irwin to go against Tug Taylor. B.A. Dalton trying to use some elbows to get out of the predicament and gets into another predicament. Hip toss. And the shiny new boots of the Patriot go to use once before the roundhouse left. And now rear chin lock, putting pressure on the neck and the back of B.A. Dalton. I'm not quite sure what the B.A. stands for. Some of the fans around ringside want to help us in that venture of finding out what B.A. means. I don't know if we can put it on the air, however. Once again, now moving it into that rear chin lock, but B.A. Dalton backing the Patriot into the corner, using the elbow to break the hold twice. B.A. Dalton with the advantage. Reversal by the Patriot. Backdrop takes B.A. down. Left delivered as B.A. reels, and Dalton goes down. The Patriot finding the big man tough nut to crack. Although he might have tried to crack that nut right there with a clothesline, with the momentum. Into the ropes. Patriot with the elbow. Looks to the crowd. And maybe trying to see if they'd like to see the Patriot missile. Drop kick. Sends B.A. Dalton down. The Patriot climbing to the skies. Up on the middle rope. Now on the top rope. Perched. Ready. Aim. Fire the Patriot missile. Delivered on target for the 1, 2, 3.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match, the Patriot.
And when we return, we will see Terry Garvin in action as he takes on half of the Dirty Davis brothers when we come back.
Introducing Dirty Mike Davis.
Mike Davis, one half of the Dirty Davis brothers, getting set for single action, but has brought brother Tom along, I guess, for extra reinforcement. As the Dirty Davis brothers have made their way in.
His opponent entering the ring area at a weight of 222 pounds. From Louisville, Kentucky, Terry Garvin.
Terry Garvin looks into the ring and sees two men. And remembers that this is indeed a singles match. Ask referee James Beard what Tom is doing, and Terry is taking off. No, he's motionless. Well, look who's here. The odds are even now. As Chaz probably talking to Terry Garvin before the match got underway. As Garvin came down to the ring, he saw the odds and went back and got the guy he was talking to, Chaz. So now the odds seem to be even. Garvin approaching Mike Davis, ready to get this action underway. James Beard having a talk with Tom Davis as we are ready for singles action. Still to come on this edition in the GWF, we will see the Rattlesnake in action, plus Al Perez against Skandor Akbar's newest find. Sweet Daddy Falcone, the man from the family. There was an offer Akbar couldn't refuse. Chaz getting the fans here at the Global Dome into it. And now Garvin backs Mike Davis up, and Tom Davis on the apron. Now, if he's going to stay out here, he's got to get down to the ringside position and not be on the apron. Chaz cheering on his partner.
He shut your mouth.
Mike Davis not enjoying the cheering of Chaz. Garvin. Right. And more right. Irish whip into the corner. And that had some velocity to it. Davis may be the Georgia State High School record holder in the 440 at 46.2, but I don't think he wanted to go into the turnbuckle that fast. And Garvin awaits his opponent back into the ring. These two men in the stare down. They've been involved in tag team action. And now one man from each team going at it here. Garvin blocks both punches and comes away with some of his own. A right and another right. And the roundhouse right in. Davis going, uh-oh, tie out, please. Tom Davis on the apron, and now Garvin goes down courtesy of the slipping penalty, I guess you could almost call it, against Mike Davis. That can take a knee out, and apparently that's what he hopes to do. Works on the ligaments of the right leg, and now with a soccer-style kick takes Garvin down again. To the bottom rope. More damage possible. Garvin in agony, and now watch out for Tom Davis, and now Chaz. Chaz going after Tom Davis. But maybe he was worried a little bit too much about Tom as he slammed the ankle and the knee right into the middle corner post. James Beard warning Tom Davis to stay out of the action. This a singles match. Garvin with a comeback there until Davis went back to work on that knee. And now short clothesline. Few men can do it as well as Mike Davis. Davis now with the Irish whip. Oh no, looked like he was going for that clothesline. Davis has him, Chaz breaks it. Count of one, count of two, count of three. Garvin wins it. Outside of the ring, Davis, Chaz may have hurt his side when he came down trying to block it, and now Davis going to work on the ribs. Tom Davis went to work on the ribs as Garvin now hobbles over, and the Dirty Davis brothers do damage to both members of the team of Chaz and Garvin. Let's get the official word.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match, Terry Garvin.
We'll be back with more primetime in action when we return.
A weight of pounds, from New Orleans, Louisiana, Stephen Day.
Doesn't he look good? Look at the build on that guy. Look at that robe.
No, yours truly's voice did not change. That is the voice of Tom Davis, who is joined by Mike Davis here at
Mike,
our
look at that
broadcast
robe. I
position.
love that robe. Got a...
Dane finally smartened up.
Yep, that's good. I like that robe. Gives him that much more aggressive look.
This is color commentary unlike I've ever heard
Introducing
it
his
before.
opponent for this global wrestling event.
You've got to
At a weight of 280 pounds, from Orlando, Florida, Brian Lee.
Making his way to the ring here at the Global Dome.
Overtime.
overtime.
Prime time.
Overtime.
Prime time.
Done time. Out time.
Well, gentlemen, you must be pretty proud of yourself after that.
Do you want to pat me on the back, or can I do it myself? Thank you.
That was some kind of work you all did on Chaz.
Yeah, well, you know, it looks like Dave's got a little elbow problem there or something. There's a little problem with this wrap, maybe. Maybe he's hurt. I can see him. There you go. That's what I like to see. A man come through honest.
Well,
Give it to him.
I don't recall Dane ever injuring his elbow.
Well, you just found out now.
Hey, you don't recall the last time you woke up, Johnson. Just watch the match and let us do the talking, okay?
Clothesline, and
Now come into Tuesday.
apparently that elbow isn't hurting that much there.
Yeah, you've been reading your books again. You finally learned what a clothesline was. Very excellent one. Not as good as mine, mind you, but it was a very excellent clothesline.
That is a good clothesline you have, Mike.
I know that. It's perfection. Kind of like your suplexes.
That's true. You know, Johnson, let me explain something a little bit about the Dirty Davis brothers. To be considered a copy, there has to be an original. And you are, right now, sitting with the original tag team right here. You're looking at Mike and Tom. You're listening to Mike and Tom right now. Mike and Tom show, we should just call it. Matter of fact, why don't you just get out of our way and let us do the commentating on this match and tell us how good. You tell us how you think good Brian Lee's wrestling, and we'll tell you how good Steve Dane's wrestling.
Looks like Steve Dane's got the upper hand, has had since Brian Lee got in the ring. Brian Lee, in maybe 10 or 12 years, if he lasts that long, will be a good wrestler. But right now, all he does is get in there, but he does take a classic rear end kicking.
Well, Mike, you probably had your dealings back in your old RPM days with Primetime Brian Lee when he was a member of the Stud Stable.
Well, out of town, whatever his name is, Prime what?
Prime time.
Out of time. Our time, I think.
Had to steal his name off a TV show. Ain't that something? Yeah, I had some dealings with him, and he's never beaten me, and he never could. He never will. And if he ever got his chance to, Tom would be in my corner, and what I couldn't do, Tom would finish.
Oh, my God, look at that.
Oh, that's what you call
He got lucky.
getting the knees up.
He got lucky.
Into the ropes goes Dane. Clothesline.
Oh, that was cheap.
Looked pretty good to me.
That was cheap.
And now,
Get him cheating. He's hitting him with a fist.
Dane's just...
Not wrestling.
Dane's just
That's
playing,
not wrestling.
He's playing possum here, see? Look at that.
oh, double underhook DDT.
He's out to lunch. Out to lunch, Brian Lee, it looks like to me.
Go for another back drop, big boy.
Dane.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think...
Good shot.
Now that elbow wrap is coming undone again. And it looks
They got him
like
by the head of the wrap.
Dane's more concerned about the elbow
Wait
wrap.
a minute. He's hitting him with his fist. That's
Chop. Those are
That
chops.
wasn't a chop. That was a fist. Ray Charles could see that, man.
Well, Dane coming back now. That was a punch.
Nice open hand. The guy's hurt. He's got a wrap on his elbow.
Irish whip into the corner. Dane follows it up, but prime time.
You know,
Pick the right time to get that boot up.
Every squirrel...
Use the toe of his boot. You can't do that.
Every squirrel gets a nut once in a while, Craig Johnson. I'm going to tell you that right now. And Brian Lee just might have the only nut of the night that he's going to get, I bet.
Into the ropes. And now Dane may be in trouble.
Come on, Dane.
DDT. Rolling it over. Putting
He's
the
tough,
pressure
though.
on
He
the
gets
back
you
of the
good.
neck.
Do it right. He doesn't even do it right. Dane's going to get up.
He's waiting. He's stalling. Oh,
That's a disqualification. He threw him over the top rope.
Not in the GWF, it's not.
it is in our book. When we throw you
can't
out,
throw people over the top rope.
In the GWF, you
real
can.
bad, though.
As a matter of fact, I've seen you all use that maneuver many
No,
times.
you've never seen me do that or tell
I
me the
think
rules.
they fall out over the ring when they're in there. They just jump
They
out.
jump out
They're
completely
scared.
scared.
Well, Brian Lee, the
Brian
only
Lee
man
just-
standing in the ring here.
He's just standing there letting Dane.
That's all he ever does is stand there.
He got a clue.
Hey, Brian Lee is so dumb. You ask him what it's doing outside, he's stuck for an answer.
Well, what does Dane put into that elbow pad?
That's nothing to wrap. He tucked the wrap
No,
back
he
into
put
me.
something in it.
Then one,
He put
two,
something in it.
3.
He put something in that elbow rack.
That's all he hit him with.
There's Brian Lee up to one.
Nothing but muscle and bone in that elbow, brother.
Well, let's get the official word.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match, Stephen Dane.
We'll be back with more. I understand the Davis brothers will be with us also when we return.
At 240 pounds, Rattlesnake.
Watch out for all the snakes around the rattlesnake. You do.
That is a bona fide fake right there.
A fake?
That is a fake. That man is no more a snake than you are.
Well, he put you in your place.
Hopefully I'm not a snake. I'd be almost scared to take that
She looks
cane away.
She looks kind of dangerous.
That would be a snake of a
What is
different
that thing on
type.
top of his head anyways? It looks like someone just beamed him over the head with a snake maybe or something.
That would be quite intimidating to me.
Anybody that deals with a rattlesnake,
Look at this.
too much.
Look at this.
And he
Aggressive.
turns his back on Blackheart. Now, you ought to know, Mike Blackheart has got a great reputation.
Aggressive-looking
and
guy.
He is mean, man.
Look at him. What's good build on him. He's aggressive.
Reversal by the rattlesnake. Picks him up, takes him down.
Now, that was a decent move. I'll give it to him. That was a decent move.
And the rattlesnake.
He's bailing out. He's going to slow that match down to his pace now. He needs to slow that match down to his pace.
If you saw an angry rattlesnake, wouldn't you get out of there fast?
We'd bite its head off and just stop it dead.
I'd try him for dinner, my boy. I'd try him for dinner.
Is that
This Ray-
cuisine from the bad side of Nashville?
This rattlesnake, he's kind of he's an all right looking guy. He's got a build. Looks like he works out in the gym a little bit here and there. But you know what? Every dog gets a bone once in a while, too. But it looks like the rattlesnake, he's not going to get no bones here. It looks like he's going to get fed lunch here in a minute.
Looks like you may get skinned if somebody make a hat band out of him.
You are so intelligent. That's why you're my big brother.
That's it.
The color commentary being provided on this event by the Dirty Davis brothers, Tom and Mike. And the backdrop being provided.
I think he got the cameraman in that one.
Good point.
Now I want you to look at this. The man calls himself a scientific wrestler, and I haven't seen him do nothing but use a fist yet.
I don't think he's ever
There
called
we go.
himself a scientific wrestler.
He got himself a boot in the face for that one. That's a
All right, Johnson, maybe you called him a scientific wrestler, okay?
It looks like Blackheart's going to take him to the cleaners now and wring his snake wear out here.
Blackheart using
Good on him.
the raking in the back now.
Now, go ahead, Rattlesnake. Bite him now, huh? Go ahead, bite him now.
This guy's got a dog collar he's wearing around his neck. He doesn't fool around, I don't think. Like, digging into them eyes.
Hey, a good dog can kill a snake in a second.
Oh, in a
And I
heartbeat.
know about snakes.
In a heartbeat. This guy looks kind of possessed or whatever. He's got kind of a crazy look in his eye.
And there's Mr. Skandor Akbar heading towards ringside.
I kind of like that guy.
You know,
That nice looking suit he's got on.
Akbar is probably the smartest manager in professional wrestling today. The man knows what he's doing. The only thing I can't figure out is why he hasn't tried to get us to go with him yet.
It's in our blood, baby. It's in our blood.
Maybe we're too bad.
Well, you know,
Maybe he's just never visited Nashville.
well, you never know that, do you?
Maybe you ought to just sit there and
He's copied some notes here. Looks like he might be just doing some scouting out of this rattlesnake. Maybe he's going to need himself a new pair of boots.
Well, the rattlesnake who has been seen on occasion with Wild Bill Irwin, the man trying to bring law and order.
I could introduce you to a snake if you really like to meet.
No, thank you.
Wild Bill Irwin, these guys look like buddies that could go out together and dress up in there.
Tinker Bill Irwin. He used to be Wild Bill Irwin. Now he's Tinker Bill Irwin.
They're not too tough, huh? I don't know. He won't get back in the ring.
You ever seen how he cracks his whip? Tinker Bill.
Yeah, like, look at Akbar just writing them notes down there. I'm impressed. I think he's doing a little shorthand work there.
Well, it's obvious that Mr. Skandor Akbar worried about any potential opponents for his coast-to-coast connection.
If you just like to go get a hot dog and some coffee or something, we can take over your job here because they're not a very big pair of shoes to fill, I don't think. Do you, Mike?
No, he's tall, but he ain't that big.
That's true. Look at Rage here, trying to choke him out in this rattlesnake guy. I'm not really too sure about. There he goes. That's it, baby. He's got him now.
Come on. Blackheart going to get up. He is going to end. He's going to end the rattlesnake right now.
He's putting the boots back to him again now.
I have to give the rattlesnake a little bit of credit. He does fight back. He's not just an easy man to go out and beat on. But he is getting the dickens stomped out of him now.
Looked like Mike Blackheart.
He's got a little bit of a black eye there. Looks like he might have went out to the bar the other night and had too much whiskey or something and got popped in her nose. Maybe talking about rattlesnakes or something.
Snakes bit him.
Give credit to Rattlesnake there when he was being taken over. He didn't land on that nose like Mike Blackheart wanted him to, and now,
he's digging into them eyes, baby.
Hey, Mike Blackheart knows what he's doing.
He's just toying with that snake, I think, before he decides to bite its head off.
You know, Johnson, give credit where credit's due. Out of all the wrestling commentators I've ever worked with, you're the latest one.
I don't know whether to thank you or not.
Oh, looks like they're both coming to their feet again. Now, these two just don't get enough each other, looks like. It's a pretty equal map here. Seesaw back and forth.
And Rattlesnake out!
That'll teach him.
What did you say about landing on his nose? Huh? What did you say about landing on his nose? Well, he's got a Roman nose. It roams from one side of his face to the other.
He hit him right in the throat with that.
But the Rattlesnake man
No.
struck there.
He had his tongue. He had his tongue.
Well, this Rattlesnake happened to snap at the right time, and he gets the win.
God, he was, where's the justice in the GWF?
From Denver, Colorado, at 260 pounds, Wild Bill Irwin!
Wild Bill Irwin! Some calling him the sheriff. May have scared old Ron Ames there. Our ring announcer. Now, warning Tug Taylor. Watch out, everyone. May have been punishing ring announcer Ron Ames for not bringing the proper uniform to be ring announcing him. Fireman's carry by Tug Taylor to get things underway here on this event. Interesting thoughts recently related by Wild Bill Irwin concerning law and order on the GWF hotline. You can hear a new interview every day, only on the GWF Wrestling Hotline. Taylor misses with the elbow, and now bringing 325 pounds over Wild Bill Irwin, and oh my. Wild Bill float kick. And a series of forearms, and now going to try to wear the big man down. Still to come on this edition of the GWF. We'll see the Latin heartthrob, Al Perez, in action against Akbar's latest find, Sweet Daddy Falcon. Taylor with a headbutt. You may remember on a recent edition in the Global Wrestling Federation that these two men were partners, and it was Taylor that helped Akbar's coast-to-coast connection try to put some punishment on Wild Bill Irwin. Taylor with knuckles into the forehead. Now tries to pull Wild Bill out the hard way. Speaking of Skandor Akbar, just outside of camera range, Mr. Akbar has made his way down to ringside, taking some notes. Irwin with the advantage now, working on the left arm of Tuck Taylor. And there you see Mr. Akbar. I guess he's scouting. First it was Rattlesnake, now Wild Bill Irwin. Tuck Taylor over the top rope goes Wild Bill Irwin. 325 pounds of Tuck Taylor from Clinton, Iowa, apparently getting good marks from Mr. Akbar there. And now, outside, right in front of Mr. Skandor Akbar, now hopping out of the ring, Tuck Taylor picks him up, takes him over, and drives him into the corner post. Taylor trying to injure the left shoulder of Wild Bill Irwin. Irish whip follows it up with an elbow with all 325 pounds behind it as Akbar makes his exit. He apparently has gotten enough notes. Tuck Taylor up to the top rope, trying to get his balance. Can he get his balance? No! And here's the one way to get him off balance. Oh my! 325 pounds. Come down. The float kick. Count of one. That's 2, 3.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match, Wild Bill Irwin.
Wild Bill Irwin, the winner on this event in the GWF.
Travel to Mexico with amazing games to experience the ancient game of Ulama, where at one time the winners were sacrificed. Then grab a bull by the tail for a Mexican rodeo, plus more amazing games Tuesday night on ESPN.
40 pounds from Houston, Texas, Mike Stetson.
Well, the Soul Taker wasting no time going to work on Mike Stetson. As the Soul Taker even came out early for this encounter. The headbutt. The Soul Taker quite upset about his dealings with one Al Perez. Has threatened him on many occasions, even if the odds are against him. And the clothesline takes him down. Good shot. Picks up Stetson and sends him down. Stetson with a series of chops to the midsection. Unsuccessful, however, as the Soul Taker with a suplex. The Brawler knows his wrestling. And now, big size, 16, 17 boot. Sends Stetson down. And the Soul Taker just stalking his opponent. Now going in for the sleeper. A headbutt to the back of the head, not something you see normally. And now the drop kick by the big man from Las Vegas. Clothesline. Somehow I don't think this guy's ever taken a chance in his life. Into the corner, following him, there is the Soul Taker. The Soul Taker just toying with the man, it seems. Right to the forehead. Calling out for the Latin heartthrob.
Bring it out. Your neck. Your neck. Come on, get off the roof.
It seems like the Soul Taker may have his mind elsewhere, but it's not affecting his plan of attack on Mike Stetson. Stetson trying to come back, but the comeback stopped quickly by the Soul Taker. And as you can see, Mike Stetson getting up, but almost sent down by the boot. He may want to go down if he's not careful. That may just make the big man angry.
See that, Alvarez? That could be you, boy. That could be you. Come on here.
Delivers a shot to the throat. Irish whip follows him in with a knee. And the Soul Taker just spikes him like a football in the end zone. Flying clothesline. Soul Taker. No. Picks him up. Fans not enjoying the tactics of the Soul Taker. And the spike. That'll do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match, Soul Taker.
I want you back. You're going down, boy. 1, 2, 3. I'm taking your soul.
Hey kids, this is the Patriot. And you know, there's no doubt where I get my energy from. It's from you, the fans. So now I'd like to tell you how you can become a member of the official GWF fan club.
Send $14.50 to GWF Fan Club, 1692 Springer Street, Atlanta 30318. And here's what you get: a special GWF Fan Club t-shirt, a special 10% discount on mail order merchandise, a membership card, a certificate, and every other month a newsletter with the latest on the GWF.
I want you to join the GWF fan club now.
All right, Global Wrestling Federation fans, Bonnie Blackstone here with two of the most popular athletes, I would wager, in the world, the GWF Tag Team Champions, Walker and Simpson. Guys, you've overcome a lot of obstacles. You won the North American Tag Team Championship, but by no means does that mean that the competition gets any easier here in the Global Wrestling Federation, Chris.
Well, Bonnie, Steve and I have been training real hard together. We're trying to put a lot of maneuvers in the ring together. He's got a lot of experience. He's been helping me out a lot. We're training twice as hard. We know there's a lot of people out there looking for us, and we look at it this way, guys. Come and get it. We got the belts. You got to come to us. We're going to be ready for you. If you want to wrestle match, we'll wrestle. If you want to fight, we'll give you a fight. Ain't that right, Big Guy?
Steve, a lot of our fans comment on the fact that you complement each other in style and in forte. Tell me about that.
Well, really, it's what happens is I've got a lot of speed and ability as far as quickness is concerned. When it comes to power stuff, well, here's my man. You know what I'm saying? They can bring him 10 feet tall. I don't care. He'll put them down so quick, they'll think they're 3 feet tall.
The Global Wrestling Federation's finest, Walker and Simpson, the GWF Tag Team Champions. They're great.
Weighing 312 pounds from 42nd Street, New York City, Sweet Daddy Falcone.
Sweet Daddy Falcone, the Eastern contingent of of the coast-to-coast connection of Mr. Skandor Akbar, as Akbar is accompanied by Rugged Rod Price. Price still injured using the crutch. No crutch, though, for the Latin Heartthrob, as he gets ready to make his entrance into the Global Dome.
Introducing his opponent for this wrestling event, at a weight of 240 pounds from Tampa, Florida, Al Perez.
The Latin Heartthrob, Al Perez, who has held many championships in his rather long career, going against a man who is being taught by Mr. Skandor Akbar. Interesting situation here. At one time, Perez managed by Akbar, and maybe Akbar trying to use that to his advantage, trying to gain some trust. And the Latin Heartthrob almost giggling, saying, "Am I going to trust you?" And into the ring comes Al Perez. Height advantage goes to Sweet Daddy. The weight advantage goes to Sweet Daddy, but that's not going to help him against the experience of the Latin Heartthrob. Perez out of Tampa, Florida. Sweet Daddy out of 42nd Street, New York City. And Al Perez almost looks a little amused at this particular matchup. Sweet Daddy not quite sure he wants to take on the Latin Heartthrob. And Rod Price adding his 2 cents to the pupil of Mr. Akbar. People paying the tuition, only known as the family. Akbar said it was an offer he couldn't refuse.
Come on, Ralph. He has my hair. Come on. You get in the face of T-shirt.
Now a warning by John Keaton about pulling of the hair. Rugged Rod Price, crutch under the arm, and now using the arm as a crutch, it's the Latin Heartthrob, Al Perez. Using the wrist lock, putting pressure on the shoulder and on the elbow. And Sweet Daddy pleading for sweet mercy. To his feet, Falcone. And now he reverses it using the height advantage to gain the leverage. Now, Akbar's charge. Having some success as he puts the leverage down, taking Perez down to the mat. The knee into the elbow as he's moved it into a chicken wing or a hammerlock, whichever you prefer. Ducking under, reversing into the corner. Perez gets out of the predicament. John Keaton calling for the break. Perez making sure it's safe to go. No! Delivers the right to Sweet Daddy. Perez says clean breaks are the order of the day here. And now using the leverage to take Sweet Daddy almost into La La Land, but it looked like Sweet Daddy may be coming back here. And now Sweet Daddy trying to choke the Latin Heartthrob. who ducks the chin and adds a knee to the midsection, trying to get out of that predicament. And watch out, Perez maybe setting up for a pile driver. Tries to pick him up, gets him over. Could he have the helicopter? Got him up for the helicopter. This one's about to take off. And Akbar into the ring. Watch out here. Akbar into the ring from behind. Watch out. It's Tatum. But Perez catches Tatum. Down he goes. 2 times. 3 times, but Falcone now adds the double team. It's 2-on-1 with Akbar directing the traffic. And now, Wild Bill coming to the rescue. Gary Young hobbling in. And the bad guys scurry off. Edition of the GWF joined by Wild Bill Irwin.
It was wild and exciting, wasn't it? Did you see us on there? Al Perez taking care of the Soul Taker. There was, Skandor Akbar trying to get his nose in there, wasn't he? Maybe he just needs a little bit of leather.
The knee into the elbow as he's moved it into a chicken wing or a hammerlock, whichever you prefer. Ducking under, reversing into the corner. Perez gets out of the predicament. John Keaton calling for the break. Perez making sure it's safe to go. No! Delivers the right to Sweet Daddy. Perez says clean breaks aren't the order of the day here. And now using the leverage to take Sweet Daddy almost into La La Land, but it looked like Sweet Daddy may be coming back here. And now Sweet Daddy trying to choke the Latin heartthrob, who ducks the chin and adds a knee to the midsection, trying to get out of that predicament. And watch out, Perez maybe setting up for a pile driver. Tries to pick him up, gets him over. Could he have the helicopter? Got him up for the helicopter. This one's about to take off. And Akbar into the ring. Watch out here. Akbar into the ring from behind. Watch out. It's Tatum. But Perez catches Tatum. Down he goes. 2 times. 3 times, but Falcone now adds the double team. It's 2-on-1 with Akbar directing the traffic. And now, Wild Bill coming to the rescue. Gary Young hobbling in. And the bad guys scurry off.
But he won't get in the way again either.
Well, Wild Bill bringing law and order to the GWF. That's all the time we have on this occasion here in the GWF. We will see you next time. For Wild Bill Irwin, I'm Craig Johnson. So long, everybody, from the GWF.
I'm the